Hey everyone, welcome to Women of Woodworking Wednesday. I'm Katie, and I'm just going to hang tight for a few seconds and let some people join us. Forgive me, I have new AirPods, so kind of falling out there. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been an exciting week, lots going on, lots to talk about. So, yeah, there we go. There's the notification. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Don't be shy. Say hey, where you're from, what you're working on. Let's chat. Pull up my notes. So yes, this live stream is every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern here on Instagram. I also record these and share these to YouTube afterwards. Instagram is giving me a hard time about saving the lives and stuff, so please forgive me. Sometimes it's better to just listen to the YouTube videos instead of watching them. But we'll just pretend it's a podcast. So um, So yes, I'm here every Wednesday at 7:30. I am also with my husband Joseph Thompson at JWT Woodworks. We do furniture making live streams and also Q&A that are kind of like marketing focused. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern here on Instagram at his account. And then Mary May is still going strong with her Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern carving classes on Twitch. So hi, hey Matoko, hi everyone. Um, so that's a good reason to tune in and take a lunch break. Jump in with her at 1 p.m. to learn some wood carving, and she's working on this bust of a woman right now. Speaking of women in woodworking, and it is just fabulous. Like, oh my gosh! So it's like she carves, and it's like watching her carve butter, and then you get there and you're like, yeah, no. So so yes, I do have a guest plan for this evening. Once I see them pop in, I'll have them join. But if anybody wants to join the live this evening and kind of show me what you're working on and say hey and have a quick chat, I know that's kind of putting you on the spot there, and not everyone is as outgoing as I am. So I promise I don't bite. I saw Sandra there, 727 builds. Yes, she's joined me a few times. She can testify that I am nice. I don't ask too hard hitting of questions. So yeah. But other things going on in the shop with this week, I actually released the first feature, the first profile I've done for the project in a long time last week. So if you missed that, you can go to the link in my profile and catch up and read and learn about Jess Budnick of Blonde and Burl Wood Company. And she was actually a guest here on the live stream with me last week, and that's on YouTube as well. So she had some really great advice and perspective, and she is a brand spanking new woodworker, and I just really found her ambition refreshing. So it was really good to talk to Jess. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see if I can bring you in there, Kate. So Kate Swann of the Florida School of Woodwork is joining us this evening. Hi, Kate.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, and you?
Good. I look like I got a little halo around my head.
Yes, the queen.
You all.
Well, we're doing well. I was just getting ready to actually start talking about the classes. So, in case y'all don't know, Kate and I have teamed up to offer some really awesome virtual classes this month. I'll be teaching two on social media, one focusing on Instagram and the other on Facebook, and they're specifically for makers. So, um, I'm not going to steal your thunder, Kate. I'll let you talk about the classes because I know you have some other amazing things going too. So go right ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, it's really nice to meet you all. We've been doing some virtual classes here at the Florida School of Woodwork, and this is a whole new realm for us. So it's fantastic. I just hanging out with everybody online. So it's for me. It's been really interesting, and it's all about me. So
I
about
love it.
anybody. Um, but it's going. We've got these two classes that you and I are doing together, and I do some well, but just folks who are watching, what we're trying to do is just to help makers out there get better at presenting themselves online. And we're just going to start with we're going to start with the two big ones, Instagram and Facebook. And you're going to lead us through them. So why don't you tell us quickly about what the highlights of what you're going to do, and then I'm going to tell everybody the dates and where to find us.
Awesome. So both of these classes are really going to go in depth with both Instagram and Facebook, but really focusing on doing it in a low cost way. You know, advertising is a big thing that people are trying out now. Will it work? Will it not work? What information am I getting from there? I really just kind of want to cut through it and just kind of demystify everything for folks, and also give them some good strategies. I think sometimes for makers, especially, you feel that pressure to be in the shop. And I think, you know, if you have 30 minutes a day and a good strategy for what you're doing day to day, and then also what you want to accomplish long term, and really focus your efforts, not only will that increase visibility for your business, but it's also just good networking. And I like the social aspect of it. I too really like the virtual connecting with folks from all over. So there's also some personal satisfaction in there too. You never know what you'll learn from someone that you'll meet on there. So really focusing in on Instagram and Facebook, because I feel like they're the two strongest platforms in general right now, but also for makers and creative professionals. Instagram in particular, Facebook, you know, there's all these things to consider with Facebook. And so we'll be just covering the gist of all of those things, and also some tips for things like taking pictures and planning out what you're going to write about, and also kind of finding your voice and finding your voice as a creative professional, but also how you translate that into sharing your story from a marketing perspective. So I know that's kind of like the corporate terminology of it, but really just helping people share their story. So when they meet a customer, they feel comfortable being their authentic self, whether it's online or in person.
That you should sort of say that, you know, as we have instructors come down to the Florida School of Woodwork, I always grab them at the end of class and sit them down, and I do a little interview with them. And of course, I always feel like my questions are really lame. But one of the questions is, you know, what advice do you have for makers just coming into the field? And one of the consistent things that they all say is network, and to put the person who's making whatever it is in sort of side by side with the piece, so that there is a personal relationship with the maker. Because if somebody wanted to buy a chair, they would just go out and buy a chair. But you know, if they know you and your character and your aesthetic and have a relationship with the maker, they're much more likely to commission that piece from you. So, you know, Instagram and Facebook are both, I think, really great ways to do that, and relatively easy once you sort of suss them out. So I'm excited that we're going to be doing this. I think it's going to be really useful to a lot of people. You know, even if, you know, you're not, even if making isn't your primary source of income, maybe it's your side hustle, because I used to have a side hustle for a while. You know, it's a good way to do it. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm sort of trying to do the two-handed juggle right here. And I know that these glasses are terrible. They just do all the bounce.
Oh, I love them. I love the color.
On non-reflective glasses, I know. The two classes that Katie's teaching, one is on May 14th from 6:30 to 7:15, and then the other is on May 28th from 6:30 to 7:15 as well. So you can sign up for both of those really easily. You can go to schoolofwoodwork.com and just click on classes. There's also a link on there right now for virtual classes, and you'll see it right there. Mm-hmm. And I will also be posting on Instagram and Facebook. So you can always go to that as well. But we'd really, really love to see you guys out there and be able to meet you and chat with you, even if it's in the virtual comfort of our living rooms or our places of making, as it were. So, but can I tell them about the other things we're doing?
Please, please.
So the secret one, because I'm lousy at keeping secrets, but the secret one, and I really don't have that many details on it yet. I just like saying it. We're going to have a Japanese woodworker in Japan teaching us Japanese joinery in July or June.
That's exciting.
We're gonna like onomatopoeia or what is it? Alliteration. Oh gosh, somebody tell us what that is. All the. So we're gonna we'll be having that as a virtual class, and then we've also got some really great makers out there who are stepping up to do these virtual classes. Never. They're sort of like, oh my gosh, Kate, how are we gonna do it? And it's like, it's gonna be okay. People on the internet, I don't know. So we just did one with Michael Fortune, but Phil Morley is coming up next week. I'm gonna do a tea cabinet with him. If only I could learn to spell. And yeah, it's all wrong. A little thing if you're just learning to turn, and then we've also the one I'm looking forward to is, and I gotta do this while I'm doing. Jason is going to teach us, Jason Lonan, who's in the Appalachians, in wherever, North Carolina. He's knife making, and so we got like a little kit that you can do that with. So that one is I'm sort of just kind of like the Japanese woodwork. I think I was going to sort of mountain cabin, and we're going to be making a knife. So anyway, that's
No, I saw that online, and I actually saw another artist in Charleston doing it. A big thing are the virtual classes with kits, because I feel like that's one barrier. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't have a workbench, or I don't have this or that. I love the smaller the kit idea, and really we were heading that direction. With all these like meal kits and everything, we were kind of heading that direction as a society anyways. But I love the brilliance of that with the knife kit. And I was also just kind of looking, make a mallet. That would be a very useful class for a lot of people. Every woodworker kind of has to make their own mallet at least once, I feel. So
I feel like I'm teaching the Violet classes, like the knife making and the mallet making.
Survivalist.
Zombies are coming, So anyway, that class that we just did a class with Mary May, and she's wonderful. She's just so nice. And it twisted her arm, and we're going to do another one again. So that's coming in June. I'm getting all my June and July's mixed up. Because I'm still using the app. Yeah, it's saying mean things to me on the internet. I'm using it. Pause. Yeah, she that was just it was one of the things that I found with these virtual classes is that I wasn't prepared for or didn't expect is that the class there's actually a great sense of camaraderie in it, and that everybody's chatting and talking to each other, and everybody was much more engaged with each other as students than I thought that they would be. So that was just great. But yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
That's awesome. That's the thing I miss the most about like teaching and I've when Joseph and Sam would be teaching at the school in Charleston, I would just drop by because I wanted to be around that energy of, like you said, the camaraderie. And so that's awesome that it's translating online as well. Um,
Yeah, that's of all, that's the thing that I've been most surprised and delighted about. It's just like, yay.
awesome.
Um, so the school is going to be opening back up June 1st. So that's our target date. And we're going to start really slow. We're just having these really small classes to start off with, and you know, getting used to actually seeing people again. But we're going to have people. We're going to have a student every other bench, and do the whole gloves and masks and all that kind of thing. So it'll be slow and steady and different for a while. But I guess this is the new normal. If it ever was. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it will be really interesting. With classes sometimes like with the professional program in Charleston, there's like 12 to 13 students and you don't realize all the points of contact even in a shop. You think, well, I just have my bench, but you use the same tools and it'll be interesting how things change from here on out. But I'm hopeful that we'll eventually get back to some semblance of normal. But
I guess it'll take us a while, but I think that this, I don't know what you're hearing from everyone, but I think that this has been, there's good things that have come out of this. I think there's connections that I would never have made if this hadn't happened, and new pathways that I wouldn't have taken before. So yeah, there's definitely some downsides, but I like the upsides too.
I'm a silver linings kind of gal as well. And that's just how I am. Whenever there's a problem, I immediately kind of go to the solution. I'm like, all right, how are we going to work around this? I never like to hear it's not possible. So to me, it was, it took a little bit of like riding the ship, but I agree with you. There are so many things that we've learned and tried out, and other people we've had conversations with because we are all in this together, even though we are in our own homes. We are all kind of bonded by this experience. So I feel like it's made us appreciate those opportunities and those conversations even more. Whereas before, I felt um, social media, it kind of had its role in everybody's lives and, each person used it to their own. And now everybody's really using it like the tool it's meant to be. And it's just wonderful to see. I'm all of these new artists and makers and students, even that people just kind of popping up because now this is how they're sharing and engaging and being creative. So I'm with you. I think a lot of really good things have come from this. It's unfortunate that it had to happen, but I'm with you.
So I am really looking forward to seeing you at the two classes that we've got coming up. And if you guys that don't know it yet, Katie is going to be doing some wonderful social media classes for us through the schoolofwoodwork.com. So come see her in all her glory. She'll guide us through the rigors of Instagram and Facebook. So we'll see you guys. I need to step off here, but hello. I'm really looking forward to the two classes that you're going to be teaching. And if anybody has any questions, you can find me at schoolofwoodwork.com or just give us a buzz or, find us here on Instagram. Kate, it's very see you. Can't wait everybody else as we get online together.
Yes. Take care, Kate. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Awesome. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Am I still on? Okay. All right. Suddenly some of my buttons have stopped working. Anyways, hello. Welcome, new joiners. Um, in case you're just joining us, that was Kate from the Florida School of Woodwork, and we were talking about the virtual classes that Kate is offering, but I am also offering on social media coming up on May 14th and 28th. So check them out. And like we said, she has some other awesome virtual courses being offered through the school. A live online knife making course. You will be sent a kit and you can kind of follow along there. A make a mallet live and online course. And then also, um, it looks like there's a sharpening course. So, and then also Mary May will be returning back for another online course. She just finished there, I think last week, had a really good carving class with there and said it was really good. So there's some virtual learning opportunities through the Florida School of Woodwork. And I just love the ingenuity. I love the adaptation. Um, and like I said, and Kate said, I feel like a whole new world has kind of opened up for us by being more virtually adept. So, other kind of announcements, just my general kind of rundown. If you're interested in being featured on the Women of Woodworking project, there are several ways that you can get involved. First of all, on Instagram, you can use the hashtag Women of Woodworking. I check it very frequently. That is the best way to make sure I put my eyes on your work or whatever it is you're building right now. Um, Tag me in your photos. And also, I do the Feature Fridays. So I pull from all of the woodworking hashtags for Feature Fridays and stuff like that. Not just the Women of Woodworking hashtag, but if you are interested in a feature, like a written feature I just did on Jess Budnick, with some photos on my profile and things like that, I'm looking to interview and tell your story. So please get in touch, send me an email, leave a comment, send me a message on Instagram, whichever way you're more comfortable with. What I do is I send you a link with 5 short questions, and you can tell me as much or as little as you want. I have people that go really in depth, and then I've had some one-liners, and I can make it work. So, and then I also ask for 3 to 5 photos, with one of those being of you, just so we can put a face with a name. And then I will probably drag you onto Instagram Live. So no pressure there, of course, but there are several ways that you're kind of featured whenever I do a profile on you. So that also brings me to kind of other new things happening with the project. We are on Instagram and we are also on Facebook. That is one thing I don't promote a whole lot for some reason, but we do have a Women of Woodworking Facebook page. So you can like on there and engage on there as well. I also have a new YouTube channel for the Women of Woodworking project. So be sure to go onto YouTube, search for Women of Woodworking, and subscribe and all of that good stuff. Right now, I am saving the live streams and adding them to there. So there's a permanent home for the Wednesday live streams. But hopefully, we'll have some more um, video footage and things like that coming up. Got some ideas, and hopefully we'll all be able to leave our houses here soon. So it'd be nice to interview some of you and meet you in person. But for now, go subscribe on YouTube. And then also, real quick, the written series. So the profiles and features that I talk about, those were originally based on my website, ktthompson.com. That is where Women of Woodworking lives. That's its home base. And I was publishing my features there as well. I have since made the decision to start posting the features on medium.com. Medium does kind of distribute some of the stories that they like. And so I am hoping by doing that, since they already have their own network kind of built in with their users, that my stories will reach a larger audience and hopefully get some more engagement for y'all and just be more effective for everyone all around. So if you're not on Medium, you can read a certain amount of articles a month for free. You can become a member and then read an unlimited amount of articles. But for now, you can still access the project and the essays I write for free. That was really important to me because I had thought about a Patreon, but I was kind of like, the big thing to me is access, and I want everyone to be able to read it and not necessarily have to pay for the content. I still want people to enjoy it regardless of whether or not they want to pay or can pay. So go to medium.com, search Women of Woodworking. It's actually a publication on there. So the other idea I have is I would love to have some guest writers, some guest features, blogs, whatever, rants from other women woodworkers or non-binary woodworkers, um, and also all skill levels and types. There are such interesting stories out there, and don't be put off if you are a student or if you're new to woodworking. For instance, the last feature I just did, Jess had only been woodworking, I think, since October of last year, and she already has an LLC and is just really hitting the social media game hard and is just go check out her feature. She's got a great outlook. But my point is, you can be a student, you can be a complete novice and have some really good things to share and some really amazing work. So whether you're a professional or again a student or just a weekend warrior, I'd like to hear your story. Let me in your shops and let's see what you're working on. So hello everyone. Hello, hello. And other than that, not a whole lot of other updates. Again, you can read Jess's feature at the link in my bio here on Instagram. Um, and then also go to medium.com and search Women of Woodworking if that's easier for you to find. So, yeah. And just a reminder, we're here every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Also with my husband Joseph on his account at JWT Woodworks on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We just did a Q&A today actually on how we get our work seen. So my husband and I live like in literally the middle of nowhere, South Carolina. The nearest grocery store is 10 miles away. We don't have a stoplight. We do have train tracks. um, so why would two small business owners, two artists, who kind of depend on other people buying their product and being self-employed want to live so far out? Well, of course, there was a lot of personal reasons for that, but we've had to adapt and figure out a way to get our work seen despite not having a storefront, despite not living in even a populated area. So we talked a good bit about that and we got a lot of really great questions. So it's actually on his profile now if you want to go check it out. That's at JWT Woodworks, but it'll be on YouTube too. But that was another interesting discussion today. Just how you get your work out there. And like Kate and I were discussing earlier, just I had been on the virtual scheme of things for a while and had already kind of worked that into my regular marketing plan and just kind of how I ran my business. So it's very interesting now to see everyone have to transition to that and how people are adapting. And that's why I'm really excited about the classes that I'm teaching with Kate. I'm glad that she sees what I see and being able to provide information that people can really use right now and be of value and also really helpful. Um, not everybody has an endless marketing budget. Not everybody has all the time in the world to run their Instagram feed and curate it perfectly and be a maker and an influencer and your accountant and a mom. And, like we already wear enough hats. So to me, these are just little things that I found that really help cut to the chase, help you get more kind of bang for your buck, even though you're not buying anything. But we also discussed that. Is there value to spending money on ads? Is there value to getting that information that you would get from doing a strategic targeted campaign like that? How those things can help and also what's really necessary. Um, so yeah, so go to schoolofwoodwork.com and the first course will be on Instagram. The second one will be on Facebook. We'll be hitting that one pretty hard. And they're both 45-minute classes, and I'm worried it's just not going to be enough time, even though I'm sure it'll be plenty enough time for me to run my mouth for 45 minutes. There's just still so much to cover and so much to discuss. So if any of y'all are interested in taking the class, I've gotten a few messages from folks that have actually signed up already, which is awesome. And so if you are planning on attending the class, or even if you're not and just have a question, please get in touch and let me know. I'd be happy to answer it for you. So, well, if there aren't any other questions or anything else, anyone else that wants to kind of jump in and share what's going on in their shops and homes this evening, then I think we'll call it an evening. Again, we're here every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And thank you all so very much for your support. Um, this project started, 5 years ago, and was just kind of my own personal passion project to help share some stories and do some writing, kind of in between projects. And I just found these wonderful makers and these women doing amazing things that deserved more recognition and representation. And it's just been amazing what this project has blossomed into, not just for me professionally, but also personally, and then also the relationships and things that I've learned from you all. So thank you all for making this possible. If I didn't have the support and feedback from people appreciating what was going on, it would be really hard to keep going. So it's the feedback from you all that keep it going, and it's your stories that I want to share. This is why I do it, is because I value what you do. So please get in touch if you'd like to be more involved in the project. And until next time, have a good week.